It's mid-October 2023 and welcome to Pumpkin Weeks in Halikko, Finland. The event seems to be getting more and more popular. In fact, I don't know if this is the first time, but now the city is providing a bus that kind of goes from the city center and through a few neighborhoods out to the field where the pumpkins can be seen, and then it does like a loop and then goes back into the city center. It's kind of handy because as over the years, as the event is getting bigger and bigger, more businesses are getting involved, and so it's quite nice having this bus service because the bus service will kind of take you to the restaurants or museums or different places that are having different events. So it's actually quite a nice option where you can just hop on the bus. You don't have to worry about parking. You don't have to worry about moving things. So I think actually that's a good thing now. I'm not sure when the site actually opens up, but it's most popular from about 6 o'clock once it gets dark, and then it closes at 11 o'clock, I think, most days. As you're approaching, if you're coming from Halikko, like where I did at the church, there's a bridge that you cross, and they have jack-o'-lanterns lit as you're walking across the bridge, so it feels a bit spooky. You really do get that Halloween feel to it as you're approaching that way. Definitely this event is getting more popular, and it feels like more and more businesses are getting involved with it. Last week I actually went to Matididal. I did a video on that, and while I was there they had a haunted museum, and that's one of the programs that's kind of coordinated with this Pumpkin Week festival. Also, at this time of year, a lot of things in southern Finland will close down because the summer tourist high season is over. But during the Pumpkin Week, like the local museum that normally would be closed is open because there are more people coming into town. There are things like one of the restaurants is having like a ghost or haunted dinner. There is like a walk of in the Halikko church graveyard. I think they call it Saints and Angels, something like that. There's also a walk in the area organized by one of the tour guides that talk about the early inhabitants of the region. The local golf course, they have a museum and they're open and they have exhibitions, and I think there's a light show there as well. Different cafes, restaurants, they kind of come out now and they're having like pumpkin and spiced and sort of like Halloween type spiced desserts and drinks and foods and that sort of thing, which I think if we didn't have this Pumpkin Week thing that kind of pulls everything together, maybe one or two places would do it, but I think more so than other places in Finland, everybody's kind of getting involved and it kind of has a much more pumpkin Halloween theme than you would normally find. So I think that, even though for me it's not that unusual, but I think other people, will drive 3-4 hours to kind of see what this is like, because I don't really think there's anything much like this in Finland. There's a bit of food here, but not a ton. They have some sausages that they're grilling, and they're selling some locally made cider or, say, fruit type drinks. They also have some coffee and some like gluggy, which is like this mulled wine, I guess I'll call it, and a few snacky things. I think I saw some small sandwiches and like muffins, small and like cinnamon rolls, that kind of thing. But not really proper sit-down food. But as I mentioned before, some of the restaurants around are doing special meals in coordination. There's a place called Rikalanmäki, which is very close, actually walking distance from here, and they do like special Halloween haunted meal nearby. Plus, obviously, there are other restaurants and things in the region as well who aren't necessarily participating with something Halloween themed, but there are other places you can go and eat. Thanks for checking out my Pumpkin Weeks video from Halikko. See you next time. Bye bye.